Alright, hello everybody. I haven't recorded a clip in a few days of my giant pumpkins. Just been kind of busy. Anyway, any of you who are new to the channel, please subscribe and like the video. All of you who are watching, I really appreciate it. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna name this greenhouse here Hot Hut 2, because I put it in second. You can see what I've done here is I put some shade across here to shade these plants in the day because it was just getting a little too hot. And then I put an extra layer that I can fold back or put on. I'm just going to fold it back so you can actually see the plants. But yeah, they're in there. These are the 1643 news. They're growing well. They got a little bit damaged a few days ago, and it got a little too windy, and I didn't have the cover on the top, so I mean they're a little damaged from the wind, but other than that they're fine. Well, and I guess they're dirty, but really they're just doing great. They both have nice leaf development and everything, so I'm very happy. And also the mint that I potted up is doing well. And then over here is Hot Hut number 1. And then these are my other plants. This one here is the 1477 Caspers, and then that one is the 2350 Morse. They are leggier plants, which I find interesting. I mean, that's how it was previously when they were in the pots and everything, but they seem to be continuing on that way. Got pretty big leaves. They're not too small. Still healthy first year leaf and codling leaves. And then that one over there is on the ground because now it is starting to lay down. And a little vine is coming out there, so I'm excited about that. Similar story with this one, only I'm having a little bit more trouble trying to get it to lay down. It seems to just want to grow straight skyward, so we'll figure it out. I'm just happy. Well, or maybe I should say unhappy. I am more unhappy than happy about this. They are very even. I would say the Caspers is just a little bigger, a little more developed, but they are so close. I'm gonna have a hard time picking which one to keep. Alright, hello everybody. Today I'm just gonna give you a little bit of an idea of what I'm doing for fertilizing my pumpkins. When I put them in, I put a fair bit of compost in with them, so they should have enough of nitrogen and everything. Plus, besides nitrogen, everything was high on the soil test, so I don't really have to fertilize with much right now. Right now, all I'm doing is just adding sugar. Yeah, I'm just adding sugar to my water that I give them, and a little bit of Wallace Organic Wonder Humic and Fulvic Acid 5-2 blend. You don't need much, because it's just, it's very potent. So I just pour it in and stir, and it just turns the whole thing dark brown. But yeah, you can see it's very strong, a very potent mixture, so you don't need to add a lot. Okay, so yeah, I got this all mixed up now, and I'm gonna take it out to the pumpkin patch to water my pumpkins. The pH in my water is just perfect in the water from my house. So I always fill up water in my sink before I take it out here. At least when they're little, before I get the watering system set up. Because I don't want to use hose water because it's very high calcium, and it gets the leaves. It turns them kind of a whitish color because the calcium buildup and whatnot. So I just make sure to bring water from inside my house, and until I can get my watering system set up. And also, I want to mention real quick, I have had these stinking bugs Already they're starting to show up. I've killed 2 so far, and this is one of them. And these are the things that took out my plant 2 years ago. So I'm going to make sure that I check the plants and kill all these guys every day, because I do not want them taken over like they did in the past. Alright, now I'm here in my pumpkin patch. I've got the water, half of it in this watering can to water these 2 plants. These are the 1643 News. They're looking great. I'm really excited. They've got little vines coming out now, which makes me happy. I hope they'll end up being great plants. I like them because they're nice and stocky. And they've been that way since they sprouted, pretty much. And they've got nice color, so I'll just water them in, and then we'll get to checking out the other plants. Okay, so I've watered these plants. I don't mind getting it on the leaves, because the leaves can suck in that water and absorb the nutrients and whatever, so it's actually good for them to get some of the water on their leaves. The reason I added the sugar is because with them to feed the microbes in the soil, to help them to get going well, and to break stuff down and whatever, just to help these plants off to a good start. Alright, so I'm here at the other 2 plants. I think I know which one's going to be the one I keep already. I'm still going to let them keep growing for probably another 2 weeks or so before I cull one of them out. But I like that 2350 Morse better. It's been more heat resistant, and it's stockier, and overall it's just a little bit healthier plant. This one here has just been kind of floppy, and it blows around in the breeze more, and it's not as healthy. It's also less heat resistant. So, we'll see. I'm not going to call it out now, just in case disaster strikes. That's why I double plant, so I'll get these ones watered now. Okay, so I've got these 2 watered. Another reason I want to say that I want to keep that one more is because it's already got better secondary vine development. They're just coming out just a little bit stronger on that one. And I have had a little bit of trouble trying to get secondary vines to grow on these plants before, on giant pumpkin plants before. So I always in the mood to keep the one with better secondary vines. So yeah, and the ones over in the other greenhouse right there have pretty good secondary vine development as well. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking I want to keep the Morse. Plus, it's just a bigger plant. It has bigger leaves, and in my opinion, it has a little bit better color. So yeah, that's it for now. Okay, so this is going to be the last clip for the week. I hadn't recorded a clip in a few days because I've just not been feeling very well, so I started recording this clip a little later than I would have otherwise liked. I apologize for the goat crying in the background. Anyway, let's get into the clip. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so I am starting off in hut number 1. This is the 2350 Morse and the 1477 Caspers. They're both doing fairly well, although the Morse is still my favorite. It's got big leaves and everything, and it's got better color. It's growing more vigorously. I just like it better. It's also, I don't know if I've mentioned this in previous clips or videos, but it's more heat resistant than this Casper's over here. And this one here is also a bigger plant, so I'm much more happy with that one. So chances are I'm going to keep that one. Plus, it's in a slightly better position in the patch, because I didn't do a great job centering those 2 plants. to where the main shelter was going to be, so the Morris is just a little bit more centered than the Caspers. So I guess it's all kind of working out. Anyway, one thing I wanted to mention is I am really excited about this Morse plant because it came from the 2,350 pound pumpkin grown in Michigan, but the mother plant to the 2,350 was a 2,520 pound pumpkin, and I'll probably show you a little clip of that right now.
Then we'll pick it again, and then we'll back to.
So yeah, it was a pretty big pumpkin, fairly nice color. Unfortunately, in that clip, you only got to see the front of the pumpkin. It was a little bit misshapen on the back, but that was mostly due to the heat more than anything, and maybe just a little bit of bad development when the flower was young, but the 2350 was fine, so I think the pumpkin this makes should be fine as well. Okay, so now I'm here at hut number 2, and these are my 1643 new plants. They are both doing very well. I'm happy with them. They've got nice leaf color, maybe a little bit of leaf bloat from the high nutrients in the soil. I have everything went high on the soil test, so I'm happy I didn't really have to amend. All I'm doing is just adding nitrogen-based fertilizers or whatever. So yeah, both the plants look great. I'm happy with them. Also, the mids that I potted up probably 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I don't remember how long it was, but it's doing pretty well. It's grown a little bit, but it hasn't grown a lot, which is to be expected after the shock it had to its roots and whatnot. Anyway, I'm going to move around to the back of the plants to show you something. And then that bucket and that pitcher just in there to cover the soil heating cables, the parts that are exposed because it rained yesterday. Just you can kind of see it's a little moist. Anyway, if you can see this very thick vine on that one, and it's the same on the other one. And they've got nice little secondaries starting to come out. It's the same on this one, but I can't really get a great angle. So yeah, very happy with these two plants. And I think they should, whichever one I keep, should end up producing a monster pumpkin. My goal this year is to grow the New Mexico state record. So anyway, that's it for now. Stay tuned for further updates.